What's going on, football fans? It's me, J.R. Clark, back again with another Pound for Pound. This time a little different. The season has ended. The big game's done. There's no more football. Well, no more like live action football. So I figured in a way to try to maybe supplement that, try something different here on the channel. Today we're going to start our inaugural. That's bad. Anyway, we're going to start our first in the series of what I'm calling Madden Monday. Now, on Madden Monday, as you would probably figure, I am going to be playing Madden. My computer's not powerful enough to live stream it, at least not yet. If it gets that way, we may go that route. But until then, we're just going to kind of do it this way. Let me just go ahead and set up the premise here. The premise is I have went in and put players on the Falcons team that I think the Falcons may sign. Big names, two big names in a sense, is Jesse Bates and James Bradbury. I think Jerry Gray is going to want to really strengthen his secondary, and that bears fruit even in this first game. Done some moving around. With Ryan Nielsen coming in, I'm playing with New Orleans defensive playbook. So you're going to see a lot of split field safety, a lot of cover two stuff, things of that nature. I've also added Morgan Fox, Dwayne Smoot, Connor McGovern, who we highlighted on our O-line video. If you haven't checked that out, I really suggest that you do so. But other than that, Jacoby Myers. I put Jacoby Myers on the team, even though he didn't really get much action in this game. We'll see how that goes going forward. All right, I guess without further ado, the other little preamble, I'm playing teams that we're going to play next year. Obviously, we don't have the schedule yet, so I can't play them in the right order. So I'm just going to do home and away, home and away. We know who our home and away opponents are. So that's how I'm going about this. Starting off with the Houston Texans. So, first game right off the rip is going to be against the Houston Texans. And, yeah, let's just get into it. All right. Like I said, you can see here, starting at the choosing of the teams. We don't know who we're playing in what order, so I decided to just do it this way. I'm going through the play now and not just the playing the season. So we'll see how all that goes. Turn this down some. I wish I could hear it. I hope it's not overpowering. Well, we'll find out. All right. Obviously, I'm using Desmond Ritter as my QB. I think he's going to be the QB going forward. Desmond Ritter, so unless they do something crazy, it's the assumption that he will be QB numero uno. I'm really excited to see what the season brings. You got Pitts coming back, London's in the fold, coming into his second season. Cordell Patterson, obviously. Don't know exactly who they're going to bring back. Rashad Evans is still on the team, and things of that nature. But we're taking on the Houston Texans, the Davis Mills Houston Texans, which I don't think Davis Mills will be the QB. But either way, I'm going to go through this quarter by quarter, trying to get out some of the more boring parts. So there's the opening kickoff. I think I got it back to about the 25. No real surprise, or no real shocking thing there. I did cut out a lot of the kicks and punts and stuff like that because nothing fun or nothing major happened. With being in the play now feature, we're not going to get stats, so I may just try to keep the stats going myself. All right, so I tend to start off my Madden's games with run plays just to see how the defense is going to align. And this game was no different. Started with an outside zone with Cordell Patterson. Got a nice little play, nice little run. You're like, oh, JR, why didn't you cut back? Keep them in mind, folks. I am a novice, in a sense, at Madden. So, back-to-back run plays. Want to just soften up the defense. Part of my problem with Madden is I end up playing Madden a lot like real football, which doesn't always lend itself to a video game. But that was a good run. Got a first down on a first conversion on the second down. This time I made a concerted effort to try to get more play action passes going. So obviously this one's going to Pitts as who I was trying to feature. I really made a concerted effort to feature Pitts and London in this game. So flag on that play. When I threw it, let's back it up just for a handful of seconds. Because, yeah, all right. Go. I should have thrown it there. Like, that's where I got to get better at playing Madden. Like, my anticipation, just like in real life, wasn't nearly as good. I was waiting for him to come wide open. Like, I should have. He's open. That A is lit up. I should have thrown it, but I held it. Didn't end up hurting me, but, because of the flag. So, these are the things that I hope as I go through this, I get better at playing the game itself. Let's see. Now, you're not going to see all the play selections. I didn't do a ton of those. But I want to pause it real quick here. This play, like, really stood out to me. I was like, man, if I can just get this, this would be a touchdown play, which is foreshadowing for later on. So look at that play design. I really like that play action X burst, little cut in and then back out to the corner. So we'll see how that plays out. This is not the first time you're going to see that play design in this game, because I was bound and determined to make that play work. All right, that you're good. I don't think I connected on that one. So that was on 2nd and 10. We went to the run game. Back to the run game. I, just like Arthur Smith, favor the run game pretty heavily. Got a first down on that play with Tyler Algier, who was very pivotal in this game. All right, now, again, I show you these plays just to show, because, like, I'm not that great yet. I'm playing on pro. I'm not playing on rookie. I'm playing on pro, and if the outcome keeps happening, I may have to step up my game. I don't know. We'll see. Texans are not a good team. I'm going for London, right? I'm trying to get him. Middle of the field's closed. I should have known better. But I was trying for it. If I was going to hit it, I should have hit it early. Waited too long. Got the sack. And I was like, man, this is tough. But then came back, got Zacchaeus on the crossing route, converted for a first and goal. What did I end up doing here? Okay. Back to the run game, right? Messed up a little bit on the passing game. Now it's like, all right, back to the run game, my friend. Back to the run game for you. So, CP, too easy. Too easy, drill sergeant. That was just wide open. Hit that little bit of a cutback. Everybody's clogged up inside. Those tosses down by the goal line are, like I said, just way too easy. All right. Going into, again, like I said, I didn't, kickoffs, didn't keep those on there unless something good happened. Now, first possession on defense for us, I run a lot of zone until it, like, starts, messing with me or going south. But it didn't in this game. So you're going to see a lot of zone. 3rd and 5, hold them. And if I'm not mistaken, we get a sack here. Yeah, we get a lot of sacks. We sacked Davis Mills quite a bit. That was Arden Key, another addition who I think the Falcons, could add for some real fun interior pass rushing. Get him our first of many sacks in this game. Put him into a 4th and 25, and obviously they're going to punt. Show you the punt here because I'm going to eventually break one, right? Either a kickoff or a punt is going to happen. That was a good little return there by Avery Williams. Well, me, not necessarily Avery Williams.
So for the second time,
All right.
this one we get set to see the Falcons.
Let's see what we end up with here. Going for. Did I actually pick a counter play? That's impressive. I did pick a counter play. It's a good one, though. All right, showing you. Okay, let's take a look at that. Now, I got lucky here because you see that that nice green box. So let's see how that works out. It was a nice play design, nice play choice on my part. And big hole for CP84. He right now is my fastest running back, so you see a good bit of CP84. Now, closer to the goal line, I tend to use Tyler Algier, as you're seeing lined up in an I formation here, strong, like toss sweep. And just wide open, walk right in. We're into the, second quarter? Well, I have to see. Might still be in the first. Yeah, in the first quarter, and I'm about to go up 2 scores. It gets ugly for the Texans pretty quick. But it was still a fun game. I had fun playing it. So, hopefully y'all have fun with this. Hopefully y'all can put some comments down in the, comment section, like, share, that kind of stuff. And if you're new to this channel, because it's Madden, we primarily talk about the Falcons, and we're a Falcons channel, but that doesn't mean that you don't have to, or, that you can't stick around. And even if it's just for the Madden Mondays, we can have fun talking about that, and maybe you can link you playing the Falcons if it's not your favorite team, right? Like I said, a lot of cover too. There's a lot of coverage sacks because of the coverage and Davis Mills not getting there. And I was holding on the offense on that flag. Of course, I declined it and took the sack because I'd much rather not give them a redo in 2nd and 20 and made it 3rd and 24. Now, it's not all great, right? I don't always just pick the absolute best plays. And then I did put some, nasty stuff. Now that's a sack for me. User sack. I think Ebiketie had like 5 or 6 sacks in this game, and most of them were done by me. I'm back on offense after they went 3 and out in the beginning of the second quarter. Run play. I was trying to get CP to cut back to the left, and I don't know, maybe y'all can give me some tips. I have a hard time, getting them to cut the way I want them to, jump cut the way I want them to jump cut. Okay, here's a fun little play. The only time I pull out a reverse was Zacchaeus, and it works nicely. And in real life, like, if we had a faster player, like, when this play kicked off, I was like, oh, they're in for it. I didn't feel like I was gonna lose, but I knew I wasn't gonna lose after this play. Tried to get a lot of play action passing going because that's a staple in Arthur's offense. So, and I tried to get better at it. It was designed for Pruitt, but or not. Yeah, it was either Pruitt or Hesse. It was designed for the underneath, but Pitts came wide open, and I just had to go with it. Just absolutely had to go with it. Let's see here. Oh yeah. Now I'm gonna back this one up because legitimately. Hold on, there we go. Okay. Legitimately on this play design, I had in my mind that I wanted to get Patterson a receiving touchdown out of the backfield. Sometimes, like in a game, I'll get to where I want to do certain things. I want to see certain things happen, whether it's featuring London more, featuring Pitts more, those kind of things. And I really wanted to get like CP on a wheel route kind of deal. But when this play gets off, watch Pruitt. He is just standing wide open by himself in the end zone, and I just had to. There's nobody around him. I was like, oh man, touchdown machine Michael Pruitt. That's what I'm talking about. So it was and then of course the celebration getting pinned. The models for the O-linemen in this game are not very good. Like, they do well with a lot of the other players and even coaches. But all the O-linemen just look like kind of big glob sacks, and I don't know. Wasn't really, too keen on it. Another user sack. This one comes completely unblocked. Good play call on my part. Have to pat myself on the back for that one. Like I said, a lot of good, like, cover, like a lot of zone is what I ran. Here, there, look, there's that play again. I'm gonna back it up just so y'all can see it. Oh, there it is. But I highlighted because I really wanted to hit this, but in this particular one, you see it's split safeties, right? And I was like, I just don't think I'm going to beat both of those players, at least especially the over top player. But if I'm not mistaken, I get Pitts coming across the middle. So play action, Pitts wide open. So took that one, kept the chains moving, but I was bound and determined that I was going to hit that play action X burst. It was just stuck in my mind when I saw that play design. I was like, oh, I gotta try it. 6 minute quarters, so there's not a lot of time to do a whole bunch of stuff. But like I said, coming into this game, I thought, you know what, London's going to be the number one. And I need to treat him as such. And tried to just feature him. And in this game, he's giving you those like contested catches. Like, we'll go back here just for a second. I know I'm probably like analyzing this like it's a real game, but I don't know how else to do it. Hold on, and bam, right there. If I am so locked in on London that Olamide Zaccheaus is the Y is wide open by himself. Totally missed it. Could have walked in for a touchdown. But I locked in on London. So that tells you in real life I would be a not so great quarterback. Getting absolutely just locked in on a particular guy. But hopefully through this process I'll get better at it, just like a rookie QB. But it's still a fantastic, catch by London. Stretching out his big frame. That's why you went and got him, right? It's good to see that that's represented in Madden. We got a touchdown on, like, I think a play or two later. I just didn't want to show y'all, like, every time I did something good, so to speak. Until that happens. There's another acquisition. James Bradbury with a pick six there. Like, come on, right? Like, this is what we can have. I know it's a video game, and I know I'm not on the hardest difficulty, but it makes you salivate. Like, into the third quarter now, 42-0. Absolutely just wrecking Davis Mills' world with Arnold Ebiketie. If Ebiketie can make this kind of a go, was that our play action X burst? No, this is a different play action. Trying to get better at like deep shots. So, bam, there you go. Get your like good chunk play with Drake London. He's having a good time. I'm having a good time. Oh man. Jailbreak, a little screen. Arthur throws through a lot of screens, so again trying to like make it, as realistic, I guess, or realistic ain't gonna happen. It's 42-0. There's nothing realistic about that. But I didn't like this. Like, I called let's back it up for a second. What I called here after that Drake London was a run play, like inside zone, right? And I really didn't like it at all. Oh, and I backed it up too much. Let's see, go forward. Okay. Like, see, you could see there, I called that run. I did not like that stack over there. So this is one of the few times I audibled to something different. And it worked out pretty well. Audible to try to get Pitts a little more involved in the second half. A little play action over, like, little dig route from the tight end. Worked out real well. Yeah, that was an example of me trying to audible and trying to do something a little different there. Nice run, boom. Like, I got him to do a good jump cut there, and just his strength, his and Algier's strength are well represented in this version of Madden. Even if Algier doesn't necessarily have the speed. Forced him 3 and out. We're into the fourth quarter now. This is probably my best return of the game.
A very good return there.
So that's why I put it in there. Let's see what we got here. No, this is the play I was talking about. You see that gigantic bunch? Like, you see that huge bunch right there. I was like, I am not running into that. So, come up, make a change. That last, play action worked out pretty well to Pitts. If I'm play action, mostly it's going to be probably to Pitts. And hit him. Perfect block by London. Walk in for a touchdown. Like, you can't ask for much better than that. Now, the score obviously is out of hand at this point. It's 55-0, but it's not my fault, in a sense. Like, I'm playing the plays. Like I said, if this keeps up, I'll up the difficulty. But as being somebody who isn't necessarily that great at Madden, I wasn't trying to get my teeth kicked in. But under 2 minutes, my other big acquisition, Jesse Bates, comes up with an interception. So both my guys, James Bradbury and Jesse Bates, both came up with a big play. So we're under 2 minutes left in the game, and it's 56-0. And I'm like, all right, let's just go ahead. All right, hold on. Oh, we got to back it up because I keep foreshadowing it. So let's just try to run out the clock. Let's try some plays, see what we can do. So that play action X burst cross has definitely been on my mind. And this time when I called it, I was like, God, I told myself, I was like, this is it. This is a touchdown. I said, if I can get this, because you got no middle of the field help whatsoever. So Drake London is one-on-one, a lot of cushion. And I'm like, okay, if he can just beat this guy, he's going to walk in for a touchdown. And I'm standing on the 10-yard line. It's going to be a big, big play regardless. So let's see what happens. I mean, I know what happens. You don't know what happens. So, play action. He's got him beat. I lob it out there. And sure enough, wide open. That was a 90-yard touchdown, yo. I was so ecstatic and pumped. This is where, I wish I could, record myself live doing it, because that was, I was fist pumping and, absolutely lost it when I had that play. Because I finally got the look that I was wanting, and I was like, man, if I can get that look, it's done. All right, 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. I am seriously just hoping that they run this ball out. 63-0. Part of me, okay, AJ Terrell gets a pick here, and I was like, okay, I got to try to score. Because up to that point, after that London touchdown, I was like, okay, I played a lot of deep, just trying to give them the grass so that they'd run the clock out. But when AJ had that pick, I was like, no, dog. We got to try to put this in for 7. We got to make it a 70 burger. We got to. I figure y'all might give me a hard time, but, got to try to make it happen. So, 3 seconds left, 3rd and goal. We got to do it, right? I was like, I know it's there. I want the ISO play for Tyler Algier. I wanted him to be able to slam it up the gut, and I passed it. So we go back to it. And here it is, ISO play. I was like, oh yeah, we're getting this. And if we don't get it, so be it. But I was gonna try. And dude, it parted like the Red Sea. Absolutely hilarious, in my opinion. Final score, 70-0. They barely even got any yards or first down. That zone defense, Davis Mills couldn't do nothing with that. So it was a fun first outing. So maybe y'all can, in the comments down below, maybe y'all can look at who we're playing home and away and see who y'all want me to play next. Try to pick an away team. It doesn't matter who it is. We're going to do all 17, right? So look at the home and aways, figure out who you want me to play next, and drop it down in the comment down below. Also, if there's a certain play you like or something of that nature, pause real quick right here. Look at that. 70, I had 313 yards passing, 123 yards rushing. That's in 6-minute quarters, folks. Now, granted, I left the play clock off, so that I had
It's a
time
win for
to
the Falcons
read the
here as
plays
we
and really
say
figure
so
out what I
long
wanted.
from Atlanta.
If I can get better at it, then maybe I'll turn that back on and add some stress there. 72% completion rating for 317 yards for Ritter and 4 touchdowns. So rushing wise, there's your breakdowns on rushing. Cordell rushed for 82 yards. Tyler rushed for 24 yards. 5 touchdowns total. So I think Ebiketie, I think I show it here in a second. Ebiketie had like 4 or 5 sacks. Let's see. Yeah, he had 4 sacks. Lorenzo Carter had a sack and a half. I think it was like 6 or 7 sacks totals, a couple of interceptions. All in all, it was a game that got out of hand pretty quickly, but that's okay. I mean, it's a video game. It's Madden. It's fun. That's first in the series. Put your comments down below. Should I up the difficulty? I don't think I'm going to score 70 every time. The Texans are just not a good team. So there's that. But keep your eye on the channel. We'll be live streaming again tomorrow. And keep your eye out for videos that come out on Friday. We're doing our free agent series video. We'll be moving into skill players next. We went ahead and got the Dancing Bears out of the way. So we'll be moving into skill players. And we're just going to try to highlight every group as we go on. As always, y'all can follow me on Twitter. I'm at Grim1128. That's GRIMM1128. And Jonathan is at Jonathan M. Holder. Smash that like button, subscribe, share, tell your friends. We're on iTunes, Spotify, everywhere you want us to be. And as always, Falcons fans, rise up.